Kohli and Rishabh Pant guiding Delhi to a thrilling win. Mumbai cruising despite Rohit Sharma's duck as India's domestic star grabbed the spotlight. All this and more in Match Point. So let's get started. A formidable Indian women's team will eager to extend their dominance when they take on Sri Lanka in the 4th T20 on Sunday. Led by Harmanpreet Kaur, India have been ruthless in the 5-match series, racing to an unassailable 3-0 lead without allowing the visitors any real opportunity to compete. The numbers tells compelling story. India have chased all the 3 matches, never batted beyond 14.4 overs, lost no more than 3 wickets and have never faced a target over 129. At the heart of this commanding run has been India's bowling attack. Deepti Sharma has picked up 4 wickets across 2 matches, while Renuka Singh matched that tally in a single spell at the Greenfield Stadium in Thiruvananthapuram on Friday. Smart calls at the toss have helped, with Harmanpreet opting to field each time, allowing her bowlers to operate before the dew sets in. The bowlers, however, made the most of the condition. No Sri Lankan batter has crossed the 40-run mark so far in the series. India have also used the series to test the combination. Arundhati Reddy featured in the opening 2 games, while Renuka returned to the playing 11 in the 3rd, underlining the depth in the pace department. The batters have backed the bowlers in the style. Shafali, Verma and Jemimah Rodrigues have both struck fluent 50s, ensuring comfortable finishes in each chase. For Sri Lanka, at the 4th T20 is about redemption. Captain Chamari Athapaththu has shouldered much of the responsibility, but support from the likes of Hasini Pereira and Kavisha Dilhara and Harshita Samarvikrama will be crucial if the visitors are to keep the series alive. Now let's take a look at the top run scorer from the India versus Sri Lanka T20 series. For Shafali Verma, 157 runs in the 3 innings and the average is 157, a staggering average for the Shafali, we can say that, in this tournament. And the Jemimah Rodrigues, 104 runs in just 3 innings. The average is, we can say, the wonderful of 52, and recently she has been appointed the captain of the Delhi Capital in the Women's Premier League. And for Sri Lanka, Hasini Pereira, 67 runs, 3 innings, and average is 22.33 in the 3 innings. So she is a ray of hope for the Sri Lankan women's team. And let's take a look at the top wicket takers in the series so far. Renuka Singh, 4 matches in 4 wickets in the single inning and average is 5.25. Deepti Sharma, 4 wickets, 2 innings and average is 9.50. So her record is exceptional. And Kavisha Dilhari, 3 wickets in 3 innings and the average is 7.0. So exceptional performance here by the Indian bowlers, and Sri Lankan batters and bowlers both need to pull up their socks to be there in the series. Already they lost the series, but India will try to go for a whitewash. Meanwhile, the India all-rounder Deepti Sharma has topped the ICC Women's T20 International bowling ranking for the first time in her career. In the latest ranking, Sharma's bowling performance in the opening T20 International against Sri Lanka saw her overtake Australia fast bowler Annabel Sutherland by 1 point. Deepti has been consistent in the shortest format. In the 130 T20 international matches, she has taken 148 wickets at an average of 18.99. Deepti's all-round credentials remain just as strong. She is currently 3rd in the Women's T20 International all-rounders ranking, behind Hayley Matthews of the West Indies and the New Zealand's Amila Kerr. Now shifting focus to Ashes, England held their nerve in a low-scoring thriller to beat Australia by 4 wickets in the 4th Ashes Test at the Melbourne Cricket Ground to claim a historic win. England won their first Test on Australian soil in 15 years, restoring their pride with a gusty victory in a clash that was over inside 2 days. England headed into the last Test 3-1 down, but their efforts has helped them to avoid a series whitewash. Here is more.
England finally ended their long wait for a test win in Australia, registering a memorable 4-wicket victory over Australia in the 4th Ashes Test at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. For the first time in 19 matches and nearly 15 years, England tasted success down under, chasing a modest target of 175 on a challenging surface to avoid a series whitewash. Ben Stokes' side got the job done inside 2 days, making it the only 5th instance in Test history where a series has witnessed multiple 2-day finishes.
Awesome feeling. Been on a couple tours before where it's not gone too well. So to end up on the right side of the result after a long period of time is a pretty special feeling. That wicket was very tricky, especially with a newer ball, and the top order from both teams were sort of struggling to find a way to consistently be able to, score runs or feel any fluency. We went with an idea of sending someone who's got talent with the bat and a very good eye for hitting the ball, that even if he gets a quick 20, quick 30, that's massive in a very small run chase.
Australia, who had already retained the Ashes with a win in the 3rd Test, once again found themselves in a low-scoring contest. After taking a slender 46-run lead on a dramatic opening day that saw 20 wickets fall, England were bowled out for 110 in reply to Australia's 152. England bowlers then ripped through the Australian batting for a second time, dismissing the hosts for just 132. Brydon Cast led the charge with 4 wickets, while Josh Tongue and captain Ben Stokes provided crucial support as Australia lost their final 4 wickets for just 34 runs. Chasing a target of 175, England openers Zach Crawley and Ben Duckett led the foundation with a brisk 51-run stand. After a brief wobble, young Jacob Bethel impressed once again, scoring a fluent 40 before Harry Brook and Jamie Smith calmly guided England to home. This victory snapped England's winless streak in Australia and marked their first Test victory on Australian soil since the Sydney Test in 2011.
Tough loss in the end. I thought England came out today and played some really good cricket. They got the ball in the right areas and dismissed us.
Australia continue to lead the 5-match series 3-1, having won opening 2 tests in Perth and Brisbane before sealing the Ashes in Adelaide. The 5th and final test will be played in Sydney from January 4, with England aiming to finish the tour on a high and Australia looking to close out the series emphatically. Sports Desk, DD India.
So finally, after 14 years, England managed to win a test match on the Australian soil, and DD India correspondent Gaurav Kumar joining on this historic Ashes win for the England. Gaurav, very warm welcome. A bizarre day in the Test cricket, the Test match finishing inside the 2 days, but finally a win for the England team on the Australian soil after a long gap, after 14 years and 18 Test matches. So overall, how you analyze this situation, the England's win after a long time, and how we can say that this 2-day finish for the Test cricket, how you look this thing for the future of the Test cricket?
Narayan, first of all, I would like to say that it's a welcome win for England as they have opened their account in this Ashes series and also taking the revenge what they have been beaten in the first at the Perth. The same thing was over there, and they were beaten in the 2 days. So now they have taken the revenge with the Australian team, and they have beaten them in the 2 days. So this victory means a lot for them. But yes, if you have a question that what it really means for the Test cricket, yes. Nowadays, what we are seeing that the most Test matches are ending in 2 days or 3 days. Whether we talk about the overseas, whether we talk in the Indian side or Indian Ocean side. It really gives a good strength also to the Test cricket, I would like to say, because at one time mostly tests gone drawn, people were really not catching up these Test matches in the light of T20 or in the light of one day. So now, but when the results are now coming in just few days, in just 2 days, as what we have seen today. So this also gives a public a good reaction towards this type of cricket, this type of test matches. So returning to this test match, definitely it's a big win for the English side, as they have won nearly 15 after 15 years. Last time they have won the test match in Sydney, what we have seen in January 2011. So it all really recalls the English side that now they are empowering themselves, now they are coming as a unit. But the biggest question is that this
Right.
what they have come, they should come more earlier, because now the series have been wrapped up, and Australia have already claimed the title, and they are on the front side. But
Right.
when you win and win in this situation, in this position, it's just call for a pride situation, and that's what England have done it.
Definitely, we can say that finally England managed to win a test match on Australian soil. But Gaurav, overall, talking about the Ashes series playing in the Australian condition, if you take a look the previous Ashes series which are played in the Australia, if you take a look previous score lines in the series, it was 4-0, and before that it was 4-0, and before that it was 5-0, and last time they won a series in Australia, that was in 2010-11 season. So why the teams like England, they are also playing in the English, the conditions are not, I think, too much there difference between the condition in England or Australia, because they are used to play in such pitches. So why the teams like England are not able to win the test matches in England? Why it is so rare?
Narayan, if we go to the whole series, if we look up, not only this Ashes series, but if we go back also, what we have learned, what we have seen, that if you, the conditions are there, okay, but the conditions are okay for both the teams. But if we go to the averages, scoring averages, if we look out to the catches averages, if we see that the first three batters, what they are scoring, at what average they are scoring, what is the chase average, then you will really see there's a much gap between the Australian batters and between the Australian team and between the English team, English side. If we talk about about only this series, if we beside this match, what we have seen that they have drop catches more than Australian. So all these things counts when you go for this type of series, for the pride of this series. So they have to make much more themselves more stronger to come for the series.
Definitely, as you mentioned, that having the right match understanding, match situation, definitely England were actually in many times in this series were at the better position, but they lost those opportunities. They have just one unidirectional philosophy of baseball, so every time baseball can't work. Thanks, Gaurav, for joining us and giving a perspective of this Ashes series and today's match. Now, shifting focus to some domestic cricket, that let's take a look how this edition of India's biggest domestic cricket league, Vijay Hazare Trophy 2025-26 panned out so far. Ace Indian batters Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma have concluded their brief but impactful stints in the Vijay Hazare Trophy group stages. Both players will now turn their focus to the national duty, with their next appearance set for the 3-match ODI series against New Zealand in January 2026. Let's talk about Virat Kohli. The dominant on return, making his return to the India's premier domestic 50-over tournament after a significant gap. Virat Kohli made an immediate impact. In his opening match, Kohli hammered a masterful 131 runs of 101 deliveries to anchor a successful chase. During this inning, he surpassed Sachin Tendulkar to become the fastest batter to reach 16,000 list A runs, achieving the milestone in just 330 innings. He followed up with his century with a brisk and a player of the match winning knock of 77 runs of 61 deliveries against Gujarat. And talking about Rohit Sharma, master of his craft, Rohit Sharma's time with Mumbai Indians proved eventful, showcasing his aggressive stroke play against Sikkim at the Sawai Mansingh Stadium. Sharma blazed a breathtaking 155 runs of 94 deliveries, steering Mumbai to a commanding victory. Now, talking about the other notable individual performances, Dhruv Shawry, the Vidarbha batter, equaled the record for the most consecutive List A centuries, achieving his 5th in a row Vaibhav Suryavanshi, the 14-year-old Bihar batter, became the youngest player to score a century in the men's List A cricket. He achieved the feat of just 36 deliveries and was eventually dismissed for a staggering 190 runs. And Rajesh Monty made the history for Odisha by becoming the first bowler from his team to claim a hat-trick. Vignesh Putur, Dhruv Shorey equals the record for the most consecutive List A turns. So a great achievement by Dhruv Shorey here. And Vaibhav Suryavanshi, youngest to score a century in the first-class cricket. So big achievements here we saw. And the team roundups, the opening stages of the tournament have been defined by incredibly high-scoring affairs and long-standing records. Bihar created history by posting a monumental 574 for 6 against Arunachal Pradesh, the highest ever total record in the List A cricket. Defending champions Karnataka showcased their batting depth, successfully chasing down the 413 runs against Jharkhand, marking the highest run chase in the Indian List A history. Devdutt Pattikal and the Karuna both scored centuries as Karnataka secured a comfortable win. Hardik Tamore's unbeaten 93 guided Mumbai to a 51-run victory over Uttarakhand, securing a crucial win despite Rohit Sharma's early dismissal. So to give a rounded perspective of the Vijay Hazare Trophy, we are joined by the DD India correspondent Meher Rasing. Meher, a very warm welcome. We saw the veterans of the game coming to play the Vijay Hazare Trophy and playing a fantastic cricket, and also the young chaps like Vaibhav Suryavanshi again touching the new records. So how you look overall the Vijay Hazare Trophy, what it means for the young cricketers, for veterans and for the fans too?
Yeah, definitely. If we talk about the Vijay Hazare Trophy, generally it is known for young stars, the upcoming stars who make headlines, who make a strong case for themselves, a pathway for the international side. But this time around, if we talk about the spotlight has mostly been on Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. If we talk about Virat Kohli, he scored a century in the first match and then went on to score a half century. And Rohit Sharma scored a massive 155 in his first match as well. And if we talk about Virat Kohli's style, this new aggressive style, at the same time he has maintained his composure as well. What makes him a lethal batter is that he has this game awareness which he's had for all these years, and at the same time he's become a much bolder, brave and aggressive version of himself. So and if we talk about Rohit Sharma as well, he played to his strengths, he scored that massive 155, and overall, as you said about the Vijay Hazare Trophy, it has been of just a few days, and it has been such an exciting few days. If we talk about the young stars like Vaibhav Suryavanshi as well, youngest to score a List A 100, and not just a simple 100, he reached the triple figure mark in just 36 balls and then went on to score a 190. And then if we talk about Shorey as well, he's equaled the record for most consecutive centuries. So if we talk about the Vijay Hazare Trophy and the importance of such domestic cricket league tournaments, this provides these young stars to mix up with the legends and also provide them a pathway to finally represent India on the international stage.
Thanks, Mayor, for giving a wonderful perspective of this Vijay Hazare Trophy, and thanks for joining us. So moving to the next story here on Match Point. In a landmark move, the BCCI approved a uniform pay structure for women's domestic cricket. Senior players in the playing 11 will now earn 50,000 per day, with reserves receiving rupees 25,000 for T20s. The fees stand at rupees 25,000 and 12,500 respectively. Junior cricketers also benefit with rupees 25,000 for playing 11 and 12,500 for reserves in longer formats. The hike aims to attract more talent and strengthen the women's cricket through pay gaps with the men and the domestic players remains to make it more attractive. Meanwhile, the third senior and the second junior sub-junior Delhi State Para Powerlifting Championship 2025-26 was held at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in New Delhi. Organized by the Divyang Para Sports Association of Delhi, the championship brought together over 100 para powerlifters from Delhi and the NCR, competing in the multiple weight categories. The event was graced by Arvind Menon, National Secretary of the BJP, Devashish Srivastava, the Special Commissioner of Delhi Police, who encouraged the athletes and lauded their determination and resilience. On the occasion, a memorandum of understanding was also signed between the Divyang Para Sports Association of Delhi and the Saksham Foundation, marking a step forward in strengthening the support and the opportunities for the para-athletes. The championship is served as an important platform for emerging and established para-powerlifters to showcase their talent and promote the inclusive sports in the capital. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hosted the Indian sports poster boy and javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra and his wife Himani Moore at his residence in New Delhi on Tuesday. PM Modi took to social media handle X and shared pictures of his meeting with the two-time Olympic medalists, saying that they shared great interaction on various issues including sports. Earlier this year, the 27-year-old Chopra breached the 90-meter barrier, considered the gold standard in the javelin throw at Doha Diamond League, but failed to win a medal at the World Athletic Championship in Tokyo. He now hopes to return strong in 2026. The anticipation is over. The world's Women's Hockey India League is set to begin this Sunday. All eyes will be on the Delhi SG Pipers, who are planning a youth-centric attacking strategy to turn their fortunes around this season. In an exclusive conversation with DD India correspondent Mehraj Singh, the captain of the women's Delhi team, Navneet Kaur, talked about what it takes to lead a young group of players and her achievements of securing 200 caps for India.
The Hockey India League 2025-26 has begun. And to talk more about this, we have the captain of the Delhi women's team, Navneet Kaur. Very warm welcome to you, ma'am. New season, new hopes, and as a captain this season, what will be your first order of business, considering there were flashes of potential last season, but it was a mixed season. So what do you think, what were the wrongs which you can rectify this season?
As a captain, it's my responsibility to make everyone comfortable on the field and off the field, especially our junior players. And I'm looking for a good combination between younger players and foreigner players. So as a captain, it's my responsibility to mix everyone and put those combination on the field also. You
completed your 200 caps. So how does it feel to be as such a seasoned player, and how does it feel to be that you've given all these years to hockey?
It's a big achievement as a player. You play for your country 200 matches, and I'm very proud of myself, and I think it's the best thing happening in last year. So I'm very happy.
The Delhi women's team is all geared up for another exciting season of the Hockey India League, and I will tell how the team fares out in this edition. With cameraman Gaurav, this is Mehraj Singh for DD India, Delhi.
Now on to results from the Africa Cup of Nations 2025-26. Host Morocco were held to a 1-1 draw by Mali, ending their world record run of wins. Midfielder Brahim Diaz scored a penalty in stoppage time at the end of the first half, but Mali equalized midway through the second half through Lassine Siniaoko. Morocco topped the Group A standing with 4 points, while Zambia, who they meet next Monday, have 2 points along with Mali. Meanwhile, Mohamed Salah led 10-man Egypt to a nervy 1-0 win over in their Group B clash. With this win, Egypt have become the first team into the knockout stages of the competition. Egypt have 6 points from their opening 2 games and cannot finish outside of the top 2 in the group. South Africa have 3 points from their 2 games, while Zimbabwe, Angola have 1 each.
They had some chances. They had a better circulation of the ball through the second half. Okay, there were 1 man less, but we dominated them for the 45 minutes, and in that moment you need a little bit luck that the ball falls good, or that the shot is good. We didn't have that luck, and okay, we lost the game.
So that's all we have for you on the Match Point this week, where passion truly meets the sporting performance. Keep the sporting spirit alive and join us next week for more action, insights and inspiration from the world of sport. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.